refo tapiria nyovia jo refo Mombe nyeke yinya dede sembe nyopia Mombe nyeke yinya denyo sembe nyopia ma Mombe nyeke yinya dede sembe nyopia Mombe nyeke yinya dede sembe nyopia yo lisuo yo lisuo no ya kwe Beji ni ju bebeji Nyenyu me fonfonga Beji ni ju bebeji Nyenyu be de kwapwe Beji ni ju bebeji Nyezabe mi chentrene Beji ni ju bebeji Ni monge me gombrene
Oseka, danu jiseka, Shelley le Montevideo. Basolo Montevideo. Ezedo Anasina bebe Montevideo. Kateso Montevideo. Jigitao Montevideo. Padija Kayen City Panyo Montevideo. Ade. Egewe wa o pe kwande egewe wa o. Una de se blonde. Una de se blonde. Uba mi awe una de se blonde. Ye aje o wa. Ne bulu sabale ka wi so je mo wa. Aje mo wa jo ba ni awa. I've been told. Canon. Abliboy. Marina Mo. Toke Toma. Imane Kari. Made. Abe adoye una do ofare abija. When I'm buying your sweater, but you so happy.
Welcome everyone. This is Gibson Jero with Group 106 FM Television, and we've been here for so long. We will be here for a longer time. So here is what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to have a special guest here today. I'm not going to be talking by myself. I'm not going to bring any Grandidian today. I'm going to bring someone who many of you probably have not seen for a long time, especially in Liberia. You have not heard of her for a long time. But she is one of the strong supporters of Councillor Tiawan Saye Gongloe. And I really do want her to talk about some of the things that Councillor Gongloe is capable of doing. Why should Liberians elect Councillor Gongloe? Why should Liberians reject President George Weah? We're going to look at the chances of Councillor Gongloe. Why do we believe that he's going to win? So those are things that we're going to be talking to my special guest, Madam Tyler Kuyongba. Madam Kuyongba, it's almost evening now. It's about 4:05 now, 4:06. How you doing there?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you so much.
Great. I can see that you look nice. Your hair is very good.
Thank you.
I guess you spent some time on that.
No, not exactly. I'm a quick fix and go. No, not
all right. Okay. Look, I brought you here today to talk about Tiawan Gongloe, and I know you are a very, very passionate supporter of Councillor Gongloe. First of all, for those who do not know you, can you tell us about yourself a little bit and what you do?
Yeah, my name is Tyler Muna Kuyongba. I am a Liberian. I live in Minnesota. I'm Kru by tribe, but I understand several languages or tribes in Liberia because I'm from Culture Center, where Jacob Doe came from. I don't know if you know Jacob Doe.
I know Jacob Doe, the guy.
Thank you. We brought Jacob Doe when we went to Grand Jita to perform, and Jacob Doe came to the National Culture Center.
Wow. I didn't even know that about you.
So currently, I live in America. I am a registered nurse. I went to school here when I came. I have one son, my biological son, and I have 4 beautiful grandchildren. Right now, I work in an emergency room, and I love what I do, and my goal is to someday come to Grand Jita and work there.
Oh, you will come there. Once I'm in Grand Jita, you're going to come there. You are very sure of that. Madam Kuyongba, you haven't been involved in politics like that. Why are you now involved in politics?
My little time I've been on earth, I have seen a lot of deceptiveness, injustices. I have seen people put good friends against each other for job, and I've seen a lot of negativity. Yes. I have seen a lot of things that should have been given to our children to be able to expand that knowledge and growth, and those resources were taken away from them. And I decided to go back home to help my country. I was there for 3 years after having resided in America for over 20 plus years. Wow. And what I saw on the ground, I said, this is not right.
Right.
If I who came here and I learned, I came from kindergarten. I did not have anything. My mother was not educated. Kindergarten gave me the success I have today. And I saw myself in those children. And if you see evil happening to them, resources being taken away from them, and we learn on this side that is not right. And yet instead you keep your mouth closed, then what kind of God are you serving? So for this reason, people say, oh, I don't like politics. Well, everything we do in life involves politics.
It involves politics, yes.
The food you eat, now you see there's no rice in Liberia. It has a political implication.
Okay, yep.
So that's why I say I would try and support somebody who is a project manager, is able to lead the country so our people, our children can get what they rightly deserved. And that's why I'm doing this.
Okay, we want to say for those of you who are listening to us in Grand Jita County, Zwedru specifically, and parts adjacent, we want to say hello to all of you in the Baswa Hill, Johnsonville, Telecom communities, the community Sino Row, community from the Brown Quarter, the Cattleman site, the Cllr, the Crabville, the Boliville, all these people, Baptist community, and FU community. We want to say welcome to our broadcast. Tyler, first of all, you talk about Councillor Gongloe. You want somebody who will be a project manager. What is the difference between a project manager and the president of the country? What makes it different?
The difference is that the project manager, he has people on the field, but he oversees, he goes there, he's involved. If you tell him, okay, we had 10 bags of rice here, you come to his office, he will not just say, oh, okay, I agree, 10 bags of rice. He will go there. He will follow you and say, where did the 10 bags of rice come from? How are we getting the 10 bags of rice? And how can we maintain it all the time so it can be here, so we can have no rice business to be shut? The project manager is all, he manages everything, and he's ensuring that people are doing what they're supposed to do. If you don't do your job the right way, the project manager will be the first to assess that, because he watches everything people's doing. Whereas the presidency, in the case of George Weah, George Weah don't read nothing. George Weah he was depending on Mataya Magay. George Weah has no clue what is going on. George Weah is having fun. Nobody says he should not have fun. George Weah don't sit down to read something for good 6 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's the difference. And with Tiawan, he wants to be the project manager to ensure that anything that comes on his desk, he will understand it and look at the risk and benefit to Liberia.
You're not going to just wave everything to people he designates. At least you will make sure that if you are doing something, you educate, you tell him what you are doing.
Yes.
I mean, that's the kind of project manager you're talking about.
Yes, not only that, and he hold you responsible. Accountability.
Yes.
He will hold you responsible that you get the job done. If the job was not done, if the money is missing, he will investigate, because that's what project manager does. Because the project goal is to meet the objectives. And if your objectives are not in the path of the project, the scope of the project, then the project manager is responsible to ensure that whoever did not do his or her job, he will hold that person responsible. And that's different in a way from a president who, you know, all the ministry will bring all the documentation.
Right.
They come with a lot of speeches. You won't even Joey. I don't have time to read in the first place. Just depend on other people's assessment.
That's a serious description. But let me bring out an example, and let's see what a project manager will have done in our case. Recently, we have had 3 different breakdown of electricity at the Roberts International Airport. We have had the France Airways suspending and permanently suspending their flight to Liberia. We have Delta suspending the flight to Liberia. There's another Air Afrique suspended the flight to Liberia. Brussels suspended the flight, and it just resumed. What will a project manager do to maintain the airport? What will be different?
What will be different is high quality results. That's what's going to be different, because the project manager, you know, when you are a project manager, they have software these days that a project manager can look at time frame. Gantt chart, for example.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You can look at the scope of how things are working. NIMAC, we have just 16 counties. As a project manager, you will be able to see in your, whether it is your war room or your discussion project room, you will see how things are progressing with each project, each county, each ministry. And this is the kind of project and system Tiawan wants to bring, so we can see from a bird's eye view. At the airport, we need quality results, and quality results are not being there at that airport. This is the airport, the only international airport we have. And President Weah does not even have shame. He comes to the airport, he gets a special VIP place for president, which of course is expected. He's our president.
Mm-hmm.
But think about the people. We have dignitaries. We have people coming in to support the government and the children in Grand Jida and other parts of Liberia who bringing in supplies. And in the end, they cannot come because the plane cannot land. So what is going to be different is that the quality, the transparency, the accountability, the ability to ensure that we have best practice standard equipments, and to ensure on a quarterly basis, we are assessing our risk and identifying those risks and mitigating them ahead of time. But right now at the airport, what is happening, people don't even know what they're doing. People are just there, Gibson, to steal. The moment you put somebody in power because the boss man is stealing, people just find a way and they don't even think about the Liberian people. It's not that our people cannot get the job done, but no one is holding them responsible and accountable for doing the job wrongly.
You know, what is even interesting is for something to happen more than once, more than twice. Because even the president, while he was coming to Liberia, there was no light at the airport, and it also endangered his own life. Why would an airport such as Rabat International, in fact, Liberia is the only country that we've heard that. I haven't heard that some airports current went off the drawing. I haven't heard that before.
It's too embarrassing.
It's too embarrassing.
It's because it tells you the lack of oversight.
Yes.
It is embarrassing because I don't think President Weah have understood
the weight of
the weight. Liberia came from a civil war. There are a lot of things that needs to be fixed. And if you cannot bring people with the skill who merit and who understand and who are able to present results and use that from intertwine best practices into these various infrastructure, people who don't know about it, they will not get the work done. They will just they are giving him just sweet talk. You know what I'm saying? I was on the ground. I worked at the ministry for 3 years, and I saw things that were not being done. The yellow fever vaccine.
Yeah,
when you come into America, Yes. At the ministry, when I went there, my office was responsible for it. And I decided to go and visit the upstairs office that I also oversee. And the way in which that pertinent drug was being administered was against the WHO standard. The drug supposed to be kept in a special cool box. It was just sitting there on the shelf. It was not even in this cooling system. So I said, no, this we got to kind of redo this correctly. I did a research. I went to Rawaspi, I went to RIA, I went to all of the different border points except for Loa Tour because the government said they didn't have 144,000 LD for me to visit those border points. I used my own money and did the assessment and saw a lot of gaps in which the yellow fever vaccine was being stored.
You work for the government, you're doing government projects, you are making government assessment, but the government refused to pay your way, so you use your personal fund.
I used my personal money. My team and I bought. My team and I used my own money, and we conducted assessment at 6 vaccination or yellow fever sites at the airports, at the free ports. We went to Bowater side and everything on my own. So when I did that, I wrote a project, or me and my team wrote a project. I still have that PowerPoint here and presented it to the highest body in the ministry, where all the partners sit, and when they see, if they like it, they give you no objection. So the World Bank saw that. They saw my PowerPoint, the very last slide. The World Bank manager at the time, she saw it and she said, if you can do this, because the project I was trying to change was just the yellow fever vaccine. But then she said, if you can bring those outcomes into maternal and neonatal death, because the World Bank has just given us Liberia $2.3 million at the Ministry of Health to reduce maternal death. And when the implementation of the...
What is called maternal death?
Maternal death is where when a woman gets pregnant, the woman she deliver, then maybe she bleed too much, the blood count too much, she die.
Okay.
Or the woman pregnant, she got mosquito bite her, then she get high fever, then she go deliver, she get sick. Then she get all kinds of sickness because from malaria. Then we don't treat her on time. We ain't give her enough fluid. She didn't take no antibiotic. Then she get laid down there. Then she get into high fever. Then she die.
So, and a lot of people die like that, though. A lot of people die in those hospitals. They go to the hospital, no good treatment, no good attention. In fact, somebody was telling me that they went to deliver, and the nurse in the hospital slap her and say, "Shut up, man." Yeah, the time you're going to the man, we're not there, you can't make noise here. You know, those kind of attitude.
Yeah.
So let's move it along a little bit. What does when the airport is not managed, when airlines are canceling their flight? How somebody in Maryland, somebody in Grand Junior, somebody in San Jose will say, "But Tyler, what does that affect me? How does it affect me?" Does it affect them, either directly or indirectly?
It affects them, I would say, indirectly, because they
Yes.
are not into any businesses that requires them flying.
Yes.
But yes, how it affects them in a rural area where the roads right now during the rainy season is bad.
Right.
If the nurses who are working in Grand Jide, if you need to take pay, I'm sure some people have mobile money. But if there is a problem at a hospital where we need to take in equipment, right? Supplies, I should say equipment. And those equipments cannot go by road. You have to fly. Or if you have a mother or young baby, or say you have triplets who are born, and the triplets need immediate surgery and they cannot provide it in Maryland, let's say, for instance,
Right. Mm-hmm.
you will have to put them in helicopter or plane to bring them. In order to do so, you have to have a sound, reasonable, best fit, at least, not mediocre, correct airport, with correct pilot, with correct light. If you don't do so, you're endangering the lives of the citizen. So it affects them in Liberia. They may say, "I'm not flying. Why it worry me?" When you need mosquito net, if they're going to bring a whole lot of mosquito net, it will have to come on the plane. You can say we can bring it by ship, but the area there, that area where all the places got seaports, Grand Jide is not around seaports, so that's why it's good to have plane. I remember when the Jackson F. Doe Hospital was built, the plan was to have helicopter to bring patients from Grand Jide, Maryland. So it affects them indirectly, and that indirectly can also cause them some real life issue.
And for me, you know, one of the things I usually think is, all of us, where you work, there are certain responsibility. If you don't perform the responsibility, your bosses are going to take action right away. So if the country only an international airport, if the president cannot make sure that it's up to standard or has electricity, I mean, this is something that should claim his attention. And that's where I'm thinking, he even understands how dangerous it is for airlines to be flying and there's no electricity, no landing lightning at the airport, endangering thousands of people's lives. I wanted to go, but when Brussels canceled their flight, I withdrew my ticket. But now I have to rebuy because Brussels is now going to be flying, and the government of Liberia has given the guarantee again. They have given the guarantee 3 times now, and they are continuing to fill the airlines. Let me go one more step before we come to Councillor Gongloe. You know, when you talk about project manager, I like the word, because some people don't think that they take project manager to only be that you must be a company or something. But I think you are using this in the way that he will have hands-on, he will have direct control, he will be able to check all those who are appointed in government. I think that's what I understand it to be as well. So why should Liberians elect Councillor Gongloe at this time? Why doesn't he wait? Let him just wait. Let George Weah do his 12 years and then he come. Why should they elect him now?
The place where we come right now in Liberia's history.
Yes.
And after 5 years of George Weah and his, some of his people, because to tell you the truth, they're not all of them in our government that are corrupt. There are some people who are not corrupt.
Yes, I believe it.
After some of those corrupt people have taken the resources in less than 5 years and built extravagant homes, made poor choices when it comes to giving contracts out, building roads and streets in Liberia that are substandard, where the people that gave the project to, they take their own cut, then the money they gave the project manager, the man said, their money will not do the road correct. They say, oh, my man, use that one. The man himself, he uses substandard. And besides that, the way in which George Weah is managing, he's not managing the country as a project manager. A project manager role, he plan, he execute, he monitor it very, very carefully, his project. He also is eyeing the project to meet the project deadline, and the project does not have scope creep, you know, like it running their way. George Weah government, he does not even know what's happening. So if we leave that country in George Weah's hand, George Weah is a good footballer to manage a country that has so many challenges, from electricity, roads, food, health sector, budgeting. George Weah is not able to even look at a budget and analyze it. You need a president who understands the scope of economics and how to critically analyze data. The way he now see the money, the way 16 billion missing, the way he ordered previous government that have stolen the Liberian money. If George Weah go for a second time, George Weah will not even care. Right now, he not even care. He come in America, he say, Liberia loan one country in America, yeah, what got everything. George Weah will not care if they give, if the Liberian people give George Weah.
I was going to ask you about the man comparing like Monrovia to Miami. Who in their right mind would say something like that? I mean, I don't know what kind of figurative speech is that.
Because he has nothing to say. He has nothing to say. George Weah does, you know, a leader will read and listen to his people. George Weah goes and visits Gibraltar. They call it Gibraltar. Gibraltar. Come to the place where they can beat ball. Gibraltar. Yeah. He go over there. You know, the people there, they have not seen anything in their lives before. If George Weah was a very caring, concerned to change people's lives comprehensively, in that very Gibraltar, he will have, just like in his Cllr. When you enter a Cllr, he paved everything with cement. Expensive brick cement. No water can enter. He will put recreational homes or centers that will have basketball, indoor basketball, that will have television where the children can listen to current events and see how other nations are functioning and make that comparison analysis to Liberia. But they are trying to not give them, our children, that knowledge of what the globe, our global village looks like. Because if they are aware, then they will realize that, oh, this man is really stealing our money. So that's why they suppress them and bring just mediocrity is what George Weah is surviving on. Because our people, so he's making fool out of the people.
You know, somebody would say, but I love George Weah. I mean, to what extent my love can go, even if the person is, I mean, tell her you have your own child. To what extent you can love your child to tell your child, look, I can't give you this money again. I can't give you this thing you are asking for. To what extent can the love go before you tell your child or you tell the person you love that, look, I love you, but you haven't been doing what I expected, so I'm going to stop doing this.
Yeah, when you love your child, you can really stop doing that because you want them to become able in case you don't get around. Loving your child, when you born a Pekin, you want a Pekin to crawl. Yes. You want a Pekin to crawl. First of all, they will roll over.
Yes.
Then they start lifting their head. That's good progress. Then you want them to crawl. You want them to stand up. You want them to take steps. You happy. You say, hey, my Pekin. You want them to go to school. You thinking my Pekin will be president one day or nurse or ambassador. If the child is not crawling, he just there. You will say, the baby now he's 6 months now, he's not even crawling. You will know there's something wrong.
Yep.
You still love the child. You will go and find medicine and fix that child. Okay, that's one example. If you have the child can steal that nobody business.
Yeah.
You put papa food on the bowl, you put the meat, you put the rest. Everybody's sleeping. That child get up, you take the meat, you eat it. In the morning, papa food, no meat inside. So you will love the child so much and say, what you doing now, correct? Because what you doing now in that house there, you keep doing it. Next thing, you will go to the neighbor house. Next thing, you will go in the store, to the Fuller man place, to the Lebanese man place. So when you love the child, you have to discipline. The Bible even says we got to discipline our children.
But God loves us. God loves us, and He punishes us if we commit crime.
Yeah.
We commit sin.
Yeah.
So if God, who is so sympathetic with us, if He loved us so much and made us and even sent His Son to die, I mean, that's the Christian Bible say.
Yeah.
So if God can send His Son to die for us and still punish us for doing the wrong thing, why is it that if you love George Weah, why should you tell the person who loved George Weah, but the person believes George Weah is not doing the right thing, but he loved George Weah, he wants to still vote for George Weah? How does it affect the country?
You know, that's a very good question. Those who love, there are two, in my opinion, there are maybe three categories of people who love George Weah. The young children, the youth who play soccer and saw how he was, well, you know, he played football around the world, best everything, and so they like that George Weah. Even though they don't understand how George Weah got there, what pathway he used, who he used, and what he did. They don't understand that. There's another group of George Weah lovers who, because George Weah is using them to get girlfriend, he can't go and visit them, but he used those people, conduits, to get to them. So he gave these people money. So they want to maintain whatever they're getting from George Weah. And there are the third group of people are those in power who are able to meet their and their family needs at all times.
Yeah. So they want George Weah to stay there.
Those people want George Weah because they want to maintain the status quo. They don't want it to change. Besides that, there's no oversight in what they are doing. Whatever they are doing is not being based on best practice or research. Nobody gave them timeline and said this is do and do it correctly. So they are just happy about such a system. And to change that, like me, I went to Liberia, I saw the same example. I was bringing in monitoring activities on a quarterly basis. People didn't like it. They said, oh man, that's not Liberia, we can't do that here. So you think Liberia is a poo-poo play where you can just do anything? And that's what some of these people are doing to the country. They know it's not right, but because they have whatever assistance George Weah is giving them, they're enjoying it. They can get up to, and people just want to see our people to become beggars. They come to you in the morning at your door, they're begging you, instead of empowering that person. And whatever resources that is there for a community or a district to ensure it is being invested to the masses. So that's why this group of people love George Weah for. Because technically, you can't love and see someone in 4 or 5 years time, he has built 47 condominiums, right?
Yeah.
And he has
and that's the nerves. That people, I was on the air yesterday, and a lady from Grand Jira called and said, oh, but if George Weah steal the money and build houses, and in Liberia, he build it.
Yeah, if for you, you're supposed to ask for you. So what he can do for you? You own a house, you don't got no land, you got no water, but we understand in Liberia, but if for you, when you want one place to sleep, you will let you sleep inside?
And I asked a question, I said, okay, so Kai Fale is the superintendent of Grand Jira County. The government gave Kai Fale the county development money. Kai Fale go there, take 200,000 from there or 150,000 and build 2 hotels or build 3 houses. Are you going to celebrate because say you build a house in Grand Jira? What logic is that? I don't get it.
Gibson, this is the problem that's wrong with Liberia. Our people, they go to church, but they are also so confused. They are dignifying material things that they think will make the person who owns it to be the best person. I don't. we have to change that mindset. Okay, if he owns, and that's what Tiawan said when he hired the official, because Tiawan will win. Everybody will declare their accent. Our people don't even have no means of seeing this man you talk about in Grand Jida. Has he disclosed his income, how much he's making, how much government paying him? Have you guys seen it? If the people knew how much he was making and he go buy that kind of house in less than two years, where am I getting that money from? Then they would know and say, oh, so that the money was supposed to be for us, for our children to have school, laboratory equipment, to be able to eat hot food, to have good teachers, and to have paper and notebook pad, that the money the man using. So we need to educate them. In the first place, the man buy a house. You think the man will allow you and your children to come sleep in a house?
No, it's not. The man buy a house when the man no longer president, he's going to make money out of it, not going to benefit anybody. So people who think that, okay, that same thing my guest said the other time, that brought trouble to him. Oh, if we steal money, the person will steal. Yeah, I agree with steal. But if we steal money, is it not? Are we taking it from here? And we building the houses here? But you build a house. Why would you even steal in the first place? So we'll take calls from Grand Jida and we'll take calls from America as well. We have 2 numbers. So those of you who want to speak, stay with us. We want to want Madam Taylor to speak to some of the issue a little bit before we start taking calls from America. Let's talk about Councillor Gongloe. What are the chances that he's going to win?
Tiawan will win. Because Tiawan is speaking from the heart. Tiawan is authentic. Tiawan is correct. Tiawan is not there to get rich. Tiawan has been who Tiawan is. And I'm calling him Tiawan because I asked him if I can call him Tiawan. I just love that name. I got his permission. Sir, can I call you Tiawan? I know once he become president, I have to call him Mr. President, but Tiawan.
Yeah.
Tiawan have seen too many governments come and go. And those governments, he spoke against them. He defended people who the government lie on. And he said, no, you can't do the person like this. He go to court. The person pay nothing. Tiawan is authentic because he has been consistent about the issue of bad governance. He has never wavered about that. The issue of bad governance, he has written to make sure good governance exists in Liberia. Case in point, when he became Solicitor General, most of the lawyers who they say they hired in the country, they were not even law students. Some of them, they didn't even go to law school. They work with a lawyer, they know about it, they go, they say the lawyer. So they were not able to adjudicate stuff or read. So when Tiawan became Attorney General, he ensured every county will have people who went to school for law and who understand. Because he wants governing in the country or in the county to be what it should be, what it ought to be. And secondly, Tiawan is consistent. He wants good governance, that as president, he will not interfere with the police in Liberia right now because they don't pay the police. The police now on the street, they're begging. They ask me so many times for money. Oh my, how we need to pay? Oh my, we got money.
and it's happy to me too. I mean, it's just so sad.
It's very sad.
It's so sad. And some of the money they ask for, if they tell you, you just feel so sorry. Gee, $20 said just give them $20 Liberian dollars.
And look at their uniforms. Look at the uniforms. No respect.
It's just so sad. It's just so sad.
Respect. So Tiawan will make sure, in the first place, Tiawan didn't get kwasa degree like George Weah did. We know who did George Weah degree. One guy named Chris Weisner. George Weah didn't sit in school and get degree. I won't go there. But what I'm saying, if people who understand leadership and governance and who want to put Liberia on the map like other country, we are too far behind. Even the U.S. ambassador said it. Liberia needs to take its place in the international global scene.
Yes.
And under George Weah's leadership, they are laughing at us. It is a laughter. George Weah went to the United Nations and said, the IMF say our economy is good. The IMF say that? The IMF say our economy is good. The IMF told him.
IMF said the economy is good. Liberia economy is growing by 0.01%. It's the slowest economy in the entire Africa. And he is saying IMF said the economy is good.
Yeah. So he has
0.01%.
That's what we need: authentic leadership who will bring Liberia back to the nations of nations where technology and infrastructure and renewable energy, windmills, we can do it. We have the sun. We can do that. George Weah has had, they don't have no concrete, authentic structure in place to say, I'm going to the rural area, you see the dirt, so rich, to say, okay. And I'm sure if George Weah reach out to United States or people and say, we are going to go in the bush today and go, United States, George Weah, whole corner in here. When Gerald Rollins changed Ghana, Gerald Rollins was in his t-shirt. He was there at the railroad track, lifting dirt. Have you ever seen George Weah to even go and clean up and sweep and hold broom? When the people see that leader, and this is the leader Tiawan is going to be, when the leader comes down to the level of the people to say we have to protect our nation, our resources, and grow our food, and he himself put his winning boots on, they will follow him. But George Weah is acting like a king. He's not a monarchy. You know what I'm saying? You change your clothes to match your 47 condominiums.
Yeah, it's so sad. There's one question that I wonder why people ask the question when you tell them it's time for you to vote for Tiawan Gongloe because you're going to make Liberia a better place. The question they ask is, what has he done for us? I don't know why they asked the question. Because even when they voted for George Weah did nothing for them. When they voted for other people, they did nothing for them. Why are they asking, what has Tiawan Gongloe done for? And in fact, Tiawan has done more things than anybody can imagine, especially when it comes to representing people's lives. I don't know, is it not important if Gibson Jeru was supposed to go to jail and Madam Kumba goes and stands for Gibson and Gibson did not go to jail? Is it not important as much as somebody giving me back a rice to eat?
Yeah, you see, the issue there is that our people love to see instant gratification.
Instant gratification.
Yes, and they like to see.
I want you to put it in simple English because we graduated. we graduated because I understand what you said right now. People that want to eat something now.
People want to see something quick.
They want to eat it, then they eat now, then they forget about it tomorrow. And
they shouldn't do that. They shouldn't do that. There are so many ways you can do things for people, for country. They shouldn't say, oh, the leader here, when he put a basketball fee here, that basketball fee that will be the only thing. Tiawan's own contribution to Liberia has been enormous and you can't measure it. For example, the same police people, that police that when you got in Grand County, Tiawan now teach all of them, some of them.
Yeah, he don't want to train them still.
The vice president.
Yep.
George Taylor, that was Tiawan's student. Tiawan can teach people. Right now, Tiawan still teaching. Tiawan, he goes and he looks for poor people who are not able to get lawyer. When somebody steal your land, you don't got money, Tiawan go represent you. They're not good in that. Princess Cooper, who died, the government says she died from tuberculosis, from TB. Tiawan, he went there to help them. So our people think that to just see fine horse and somebody give you back a red, then that good thing to do for you. What it make it now when we born our children, we want to send them to school. Is school not good? Tiawan now educate a lot of people. Tiawan is the one who make it now. If you got supermarket in Grand Gila, you got supermarket there, right?
Yeah, that one, I know how kind of, you got to run out open, I know how supermarket will get there.
But the understand supermarket in Liberia today.
No, but we got store there. We got Lebanese people there too. They get one store there.
Okay, they want one store. Tell somebody to go check and see that because of Tiawan, when he was commerce minister, the Lebanese people, the people who when you go buy your thing, your food, you go pay for it. It used to be all Lebanese people. Yes. Tiawan said that was not correct. Let it be Liberian people. Go to all the supermarket. You will see Liberian girls sitting behind the machine. You give you money, they give you change. It used to be.
They used to tell Lebanese people from Lebanon.
Thank you.
They used to tell the people from India. Then they do that small what Liberia can do.
Yeah.
So Tiawan say, look, before you can even bring somebody here, you got to pay $1,000 before the person can work. And because they don't want to pay that $1,000 now, then they have to now deploy Liberian. Because you can't pay $1,000 just so somebody to work. Then when a year and you pay another $1,000, they don't want to do it. Yeah. So now it was a strategy that Tiawan created so they can be able to look at Liberian and employ Liberians.
So you see, they need to understand Tiawan is looking at the future. Things that way. You see, the people, because our people are not given the opportunity to understand how a country works. Because if you create jobs, through Tiawan, jobs were created for our Liberians workers at these stores. Now, those who have their children working in there, it gives them opportunity to say, oh, that machine there, I want to learn it, and it will make them to become even more enticed or happy to learn more to become successful. So Tiawan has done a whole lot. Tiawan worked. He helped to write constitution and speeches. Tiawan like to teach people. You born your Peking in Nigeria, you want your Peking to know book. The book what you don't know, you want your Peking to know that book. That's the one what Tiawan teaching people, children.
More emphasis on the education policy. We have the 10 point policy that he intends to introduce when he becomes president. And one of them is education. More emphasis on education so that our people will be educated. And that's something I will need to let me see. We take some calls from America and then we'll go to Grand Jada, Liberia, whoever is listening, part of Grand Jada, part of Sano, and we'll take calls from there. Let me go to the line and bring in 701-540
connected
540-3613. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Kelvin Garte.
You can hear him well, Anakoma?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know who is calling me here, but
yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on 1 minute.
This
Yeah, hold on 1 minute, Kevin.
Welcome to My One Up. Please announce yourself.
Hey, Kevin, are you there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead. We're hearing you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on, and thank you to your studio guest. I think she really, telling the Liberian people the actual story of what is going on in our country and who can change the whole political system in Liberia. So what I want to say is that George Weah is just making fool out of our people. And what he's saying about INF is that when they say your child at the age of 5 years old, your child ought to be to a certain level. If that child is not drinking milk, that child is not eating a meal that is ought to eat per day, do you think that child will, at the age of 5 years old that they expecting to be at certain height, you think that child is going to be there? That child is not going to be there because they are not eating a meal. So, George, where you are not providing your job, there is nothing in the economy that is growing. So, how do you expect yourself to reach to the projection that the IMF is talking about? So, you say the people say will be to certain levels this year. You are not working towards it. Do you think you're going to achieve what the people are saying?
Jesus.
George, we need to stop, fooling our people.
Yeah. He needs to stop. Yeah.
George Weah is saying of politics that the Liberian people, we need to be very smart and look at it and, and understand what George Weah is doing. George Weah is playing a politics in which he feels that his audience, what his audience want to hear. George Weah came to the United Nations conference. He never wanted for people to ask him. Most of the presidents carry millions of dollars by him. So George Weah went to divert the whole conversation so that people cannot focus on what he carried by to our people. So now he left there to put a jargon saying that Liberia look at Miami so that people can take that to be the topic to forget about the actual or bread and butter issue on the ground. What the president was carrying millions of dollars, George Weah knows what he's doing. George Weah is not stupid. Because he knows very well that when he says those things, the Liberian people are going to be the top of the day, and then people will not be able to talk to ask him all those tough questions. People are not going to focus on what he carried for the Liberian people. So he decided to put those jargon together so that the people can be focusing on it to be the top.
Hello? Hello?
Can I call on the show to say something?
Yes, please call the number on the screen. There's a number on the screen.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Kevin, are you there? Kevin,
that's the game he played. But so we got to be very careful. We got to watch the way George Weah proceeding. He played his politics in a way that he understands it. So George Weah is not stupid. When George Weah said Liberia look at Miami, he not just said it because he wanted to say it. He didn't say he was not saying it because he see that
he just deceive our people.
Out there so that people can be talking about it to forget about what he carried for the people in Liberia. I think that is what he's doing. George Weah knows exactly what he's doing. But let me get back to the councillor topic. I mean, the topic about the councillor.
Yeah.
We Liberians, I think we need to be very smart. We need to think wise. If we want for Liberia to be better, we got to check those that are running. We got to check their track record. We got to do our own research so that tomorrow we can make the same mistake that we made yesterday. We got to be very careful. This election are coming is very clear. Who is the best person that can change Liberia?
Mm-hmm.
We will sit there and say, oh, God, please give us good pricing. God, why you give us wrong leader? But God will not come down from heaven to vote and tell you this is the best person. The same people are talking right now that you're listening to on the radio, these people are the best people who you should listen to, so that we can make a better decision tomorrow. But if you leave it and listen to what people will tell you, people who will come and give you $5, $10, and then you say, God, tomorrow, then you'll be regretting and say, oh, God, why you give us wrong leader? God is not giving us wrong leader.
Okay,
we
Kevin.
are the one that choosing the wrong leader.
Okay, Kevin, I will hold you there.
Yeah.
I will hold you there. Bring somebody in. I don't want you to go. I will hold you guys there. Let me bring somebody in. McDonald Yankwe. McDonald Yankwe, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here, brother. I'm here. Long time.
Yeah, long time. Thank you. Long time. We are back again. Look, what you got to say? We are discussing, Madam Kumba is discussing the pitfalls of the Weah administration, the careless management of the state resources, careless management of state institutions. We talk about the airports, where airlines are canceling their flight to Liberia. We also talk about the health sector, where she herself worked and she saw the mismanagement of the resources and the mismanagement of the state institution. What you got to say?
Well, before I say anything, I would love to ask you one question.
Go ahead, sir.
Maybe it may not be a question, but I just want to make a statement. How can you convince me to vote for the lawyer, the counselor,
Okay.
You not too long ago, few years ago, you were saying person that promoted George Weah to become president of Liberia.
Okay.
And today you are telling me not to vote for him, you go vote for the councillor. How can you convince me to vote for the councillor?
Okay.
My contribution.
I like the first time I will be able to face people who say that. Madam, do you have any video, anywhere, any audio that you can produce? I can give you 2-3 days, 1 week, and you come back here and you play that video or audio where I tell Liberians to vote for George Weah, or where I tell Liberian George Weah is the best president. Do you have anything to show?
Well, I know I follow you more.
No. Do you have?
I don't keep track of those things, my brother.
So will you be? Well, I gave you some. Okay.
Initially, you just support George.
No. Hold on. Don't go. Hold on. Don't go. Madonna, don't go. You raise an issue that people keep raising, and I have clarified, and I still clarify. You say I support George Weah. I know you say that because I talk about Costa's attitude, I talk about Yeke Koluba attitude, and all of that. So you feel that because I talk about these people and people talk against George Weah, therefore I'm defending George Weah. That's the notion that all of you have. But let me ask you one more question. Why you understand? Let's assume that we not agree, but let's assume that I'm a George Weah supporter. Don't I have the right to change if George Weah is not doing the right thing?
Exactly.
You have the right to change. That's what I asked you. I just asked you at this time, how will you convince me to vote for your candidate? Then I said, if you answer the question, I'll come with my contribution. However, if you say is that true? Then I just carry my contribution. So I don't want.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. No, you're free here. No, this is a platform. You are most free to say what you want to say. I don't throw people out because you.
Thank you for having me on the show. And we all know it is impossible. It is impossible for track record. Nobody is finding like real politics and get on the phone and win election. I'm not talking about Charles Taylor. And Eddie Ray against Charles Taylor, she lose the election. She came and she won. George Weah ran before we couldn't win the election. The first second, the third time we won the election. These are been happy. Those are trying to go follow all the time. Your candidate, he's a good guy. Trust me. The lawyer, he is a perfect candidate for Liberia now. But brother, you know and I know that making a win election in Liberia right now, it is hard.
Why?
So you guys, I don't know how well you are close to him or to them.
Tell us why. Let me say why he can win.
Are you hearing Madam Kumba? Are you hearing Madam Kumba?
Can you tell us why? Give us your reasoning.
She's asking you why.
Yeah, tell us why. So you're not seeing the future. You know about the future. What you not see?
As I said again.
She said, why you think President Gongloe cannot win?
Yeah, because you know why?
Listen. I'm not saying that he cannot win. I said, we all know from trial record. A new candidate can kind of bring and go for election and just win the first time. It's hard. And
who said so? You're not. My brother.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, I know, but you know why? It is people like you I want to talk to.
Yeah.
Because you fix in. So are you seeing now the history of that? It will be the rest of the history in Liberia. Things change. Don't always think because it would never. You being so resolved and absolute. Not because you're happy now, you think it will always be like that. Your future needs to be improved.
I give my opinion.
Papa, I like your opinion. And wait a minute. Yeah, and I appreciate.
Okay, Madonna,
thank you.
Madonna. Okay, Mr. Yankwe, here is the thing. I mean, I like that we just engaging you.
I like him.
They're engaging you. She's not throwing you off guard. But go ahead, make your comment and finish.
Okay,
go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, make your comment.
What I'm saying, the counselor is a good guy.
Yep.
Okay. I believe he can make a big difference when you win an election. But you know, and I know, it is just hard for a man to contest in the election one the first time and do not know in Liberia. It is hard.
So what do you suggest?
I would suggest, my brother, I would suggest, those guys are on we just want to change in leadership. If this president, if your president, your guy, and the councilor, if this guy can deal with anybody, if he can even deal with.
Oh, that's the only way they can see. That's the only way we see.
That's my brother. So you can see that one round because
you're so biased. Tell him that he's biased.
You use financial, you use economic muscle to whip on the end.
No, you have a very good point. Look, Madano,
who you think you
raise you raise a very good point that George Weah will use financial power, he will spread money all over the place with the intention of buying votes.
It's around, brother. And that's how they gonna win the election.
But here is the thing, though, Madonna. If you believe that President Gongloe is a good man, then we have to make a decision to support a good man. If the good man goes and doesn't win, it's not on you. But if you know the good man and don't support the good man, and the bad man wins, then it's on you. You don't think so?
To a point, brother.
Yeah.
Brother, to a point. You know what?
Yeah.
I don't know to fight a losing battle. I don't let it go for the lose. A battle I'm not going to lose. Let me tell you. Let me just get a scenario. Let us assume that. Look how they all went for the election. And George Weah and everybody, the king for the circle. Then maybe if I'm a carry my name of Tiawan Gongloe, I've been there running his campaign, looking at the poverty rate in Liberia. I'm very poor. I don't even have money. George Weah called me on the side. If I may know what, I gave him $100 million. Choose whatever going to come to me. You think I'm going to George Weah?
No, it makes sense. People.
No, but let me answer him now. Let me answer him.
He put like $4 or $5 million together.
So you think Gerald be doing the right thing?
You know what? He was there to get 5,000. He do the city with everybody, and they're coming. All the guy get $100 million. Do you think nothing all live for the other guy go to George Weah?
Okay, I want you to hold on. Hold on.
Can I just ask you a question?
My brother, be realistic. You don't think so? You don't think so? Do it.
Okay.
Like right now. Poverty is all over the place.
Okay, listen now, Madano. I will not take you from the line. I will keep you on the line, but I want you to pause. Madam Kumba will make a statement, and I will go to the other callers, and I'll come right back to you. So don't go, okay?
You know, I think Madonna has, what he's saying, this is the mentality of our Liberian people. And I have heard this before. It's the same thing in America when Barack Obama was running and some of us were campaigning. Very Liberians. They say, oh, Obama is not going to win. He ain't got no money in the African man. What I want to talk to McDonough on is, what is his moral conscience with the example he just gave? That means right and wrong. The man has failed. The man is corrupt because he's using $5 million. Where did he get the $5 million from in the first place? So you telling me there are no Liberians there who can see morality and say this is wrong?
Okay.
That's the question I want you to kind of think about.
He will come back and respond. Let me take some other callers because we got to go to Grand Jeddah. The Grand Jeddah people want to call too. So let me take this call here.
Die, was clear. $5 million.
Abraham Vinton.
Yep. What's up, brother?
Yes.
How you doing?
Yeah. What's your take on this thing?
Well, first of all, thank you for the show. Let me get into something. I do respect Councilor Tiawan Gongloe for the tremendous job he has done in our country. I don't know how effective his Rome Revolution is going to be. We all know, let not be delusional. Tiawan Gongloe neither has the resources, I'm talking about the financial resources or that capacity to mount any serious challenge. I think his best bet might be to go as a vice presidential candidate with someone. But then again, you don't want to politically demean yourself by trying to say, oh, I want to be vice president for somebody. They're supposed to select you, or maybe
maybe appointed or choosing based on what they are convention or what what they come up with. Now with Madam Kuomba, I know also was one of the revolutionary during our war, prior to the war. But I don't know if it's Lima solidarity, because I don't know if she's Limbayan by marriage or Limbayan by tribe. I mean, she supports Tiawan Gongloe.
Are you Vimton?
Yeah.
Are you trying to insinuate that because she was married to Thomas Kuyongba, therefore she will support any Nimbayan at all costs?
Yeah, because our policy has been around tribal land.
Okay, so let me ask you the question.
I think that's one of the problems. Huh?
Yeah, let me ask you the question. Since you answer it. So let me ask you. I'll let you speak though. You end your comment. So I'm a crown man, full-blooded crown man, Mapa, everybody from Grand Jide. I'm not from Nima. Why am I supporting Tiawan Gongloe? Is it for tribal land too?
Gibson, let me answer his question. I think his question is legit.
I mean, you supporting, I mean, majority, but if you look along the line, I got a lot of Nigerians, 98%, let me drop a number, 88% of crown people see George Weah as Samuel Doe incarnate. I'm telling you, I got Nigerian friends. They see George Weah as the second coming because they don't have a credible candidate in the race. So, they're looking at what, Samuel Doe was influential in George Weah when it comes to his soccer career. So that's why a lot of crown people said they are being a little bit controversial in that they of Liberian when it comes to these things. So they don't really have a candidate in the race. So they all gravitate towards George Weah for that reason. They see him as a second coming.
Okay.
If you look, so for them it's a little bit different because they don't have a candidate and that based on what happened during the war. I don't think they just want to be in the
Okay, so Madam Kuomba, I want to answer you. You ask a question.
Okay.
Let her respond. I will give you chance when you talk. Then we'll go to Grand Jide. We'll take some calls.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I said, yeah. Your point is taken. But let me tell you something. I don't vote because of tribal affiliation. If a person values are in line with my values, and I see that the person will be able to, do what I think is right, I endorse them. For example, when I was in America, when Ellie was running, I said they should not vote for Ellie. I came publicly. The LIberian poor voted for her. They said she's the best. I said, okay. I keep my mouth quiet. I wrote her. I said, I won't come and help with the health sector. I wrote her personal letter. She replied me. She said, nope, we don't want you to come. I will not. Yeah. So I said, okay. So when George Weah came in the race, myself, I'm Kruger. I was married to Kuomba. I get it. But Liberia is for all of us. Those tribes are part of the people of Liberia. So when George Weah was running, I was on Facebook. I didn't put money in a campaign. I was on Facebook. That's why I'm doing the same thing. I went there and I saw how George Weah acted. I'm crew. George Weah crew. So when a person crew now, and they're doing bad things, I should sit down there. I got hot. So I didn't like it. I left. Now, I was done with politics. But the reason why I've been following Tiawan, the time was Ellen put the crown people in jail. I wrote, I said, release the crown people from jail. Those boys. She not do it. They stay in that jail house. Ellen went and also put our boys who protested against her, she put them in jail. You know who went to that rescue and who fought hard for them? Tiawan. George Weah was still in power. The boys were in jail. So you need to change your mindset. Not because Samuel Doe and George Weah. Why is it that Samuel Doe Jr. and George Weah not on good terms? Huh? Nancy Doe. So you don't hold on to one thing. Yes, if somebody help you and help George Weah's career, that's fine. But you cannot say because Samuel Doe helping the man in your county, you got good school, no people can pay on time, then you still want to keep him for another 12 years?
Okay, Madam Kuba, let him carry his statement. Go ahead.
And then there was a question that was asked here when you were going at this school level.
Yeah.
They did not come up with any credible answer because what? Number one reason was I know the race between you and Ghana. People people will start to work it up to surface. Not a big deal. I know for a minor man, we know how the people have felt marginalized by the minor people, and they picked up what's her name or either Gongloe was a piece of this appropriating a country development fund. I know about all that. So, and then when they ask me about people, say you look at the implications, the fact that minor men will come publicly and say, "Oh, I'm going to persecute a human," he was looking at the reaction back home. So I think Tiawan is in a tricky position. And a lot of his supporters that I work with, someone that I'm afraid they were very disappointed that he did not come up with a definite answer. So those are the different strokes that Tiawan will have to. You see, these are the kind of things. This is a man who advocating for war crime, but he cannot come on public radio. He cannot come on public telephone and say something. So these people, they are politicians. We can't trust them. So that's what I don't know.
Okay, thank you very much. I'd like to hold you. We'll bring you back. Maybe other people speak, then more idea will come to you. Let me go to the last person I will go to. No. Yeah, the last person I will go to will be 763-332-9126. Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
I am Grace Counselor. I'm calling from Minneapolis.
Thank you. Let me hear you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Just watching the show, listening. I think the guy before this last guy almost said everything that I had on my mind. It pains me, to know that we don't vote the right way. And so somebody like this Gongloe man might be wasting his time, like the other caller said. And it's an honest truth, but it's painful. It's just because our people don't like good things. I don't know why. I can't explain it, but unfortunately, that's what it is. These are people that say, you kill my mother, you kill my father, I will vote for you, chapter 1 man's life. These are the same people that said, do you go to school? You not go to school, that you will the one we're suffering in Liberia today.
Yeah.
So I don't know how, when I talk to people, Liberians, we are all talking. Country first. I love George Weah. And I wasn't supporting George Weah. My records are there for the last election. It's because I chose country over friendship.
Good girl.
I have no regret.
Good girl.
And one of my reasons was, the other day I heard, I don't know, I don't know actually the story is picture on the wall and you know how many friends insulted me during the last round with Boakai and George Weah because I said I don't want a foreign first lady. They asked me if the Trump that I was supporting is a Western foreigner. I tried to explain to them, this woman is not living in your country. She got the seal that won. So America is bigger, greater, larger, everything than Liberia. They got everything. We got anything. We are not the people to make that guessing thing. Thirdly, this woman this woman live here. Her whole life is here. Her child is here. She live here. Our woman first lady, we're not going to. She's not living there. Fourth, this is a position that you are paid for the rest of your life. A Liberian woman that country will be benefiting from that thing. Today, they won't complain about it. You know why I support George Weah now? Because I'm a Christian. And the Bible tells me that when the people have spoken, that God's voice is in the overall office. So from the day he was announced president, my tongue changed.
So let me ask you a question. When you say, I'll let you talk.
Ask me a question.
The question is, you said now you support George Weah because he's been elected, right?
Yes.
But that does that mean?
Not for campaign.
Okay. That's why the question I want to.
He got elected for the first term, right?
Yeah,
I supported him because he's my president, and that's the first thing.
Yes.
The second term, I got two options. As a believer in my praying life, I'm going to pray for Liberia. Period. That's all I can do. Yes.
All
But
right.
the next election is just to pray for Liberia. I just pray that God can help us to make the right decision. Only God knows the right decision.
All right, guys. I want all of you on the line to stay. We are going to go to Grand Jada, but before we go there, Tyler, you want to respond to them? Madam, you said Grace, right? I want you to stay there. If you have the time, you can stay there. I'll come back to you. We want to hear from Grand Jada, and then we'll come back to all of you here. Then Madam Tyler will close it up for us. So, Madam Tyler, you want to say short thing before we go to Grand Jada?
No, I think I'm glad she said she would pray, because if you pray, there's something fundamentally wrong that you want to be fixed. And if she can also validate and confirm that the people vote for wrong people, I'm happy she said that. And that's what we have to change our people's mind and educate them. Not because you like somebody now, he's doing the wrong thing. He's stealing our money. He built houses where he didn't have before. And our children don't have fitting classroom desk or even, buses to take them to school during reading season. Then you're going to vote for the same person for another 6 years. So I like the fact she will pray. And I hope God tell her that, George Weah must go this time around.
All right, let me see if we play a song, and then we'll go straight to Zwedru and take some calls from our man in studio, Abraham Cooper.
Yeah. Unega above Aevo Chiso. Money finit go. Your 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 money finit go. Your
0778-1524. The numbers to put you through on the program for the horses. Not for those of you who were on the line when we were taking a call from that you can now call us. If you have comments, you have questions you want to ask, we will give you the opportunity. Just pick up this pressure. Good evening. Nia, where you come from?
Okay. My name is G. Samson One, calling from Jensenville Community.
Hi, Jensenville.
Yeah, Jensenville is okay.
Welcome. Let's hear you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I clearly listen to the people of America here, and they say all what really, for me, I think outcome.
Okay.
I'm saying also be choosing the development instead of interest in terms of developing our country. Okay.
Okay.
Now we should see reason and really calculation though for sure that those things that I catalog by those people in America there looking at when it comes to eating the maintenance of the airport and the other areas we're talking about where the government is not actually looking up to where are we? Where are we now? We are saying now to be comparing our country or part of our country to Miami. What does it mean?
Okay.
Okay. So we need a good development to be existed here before we think about going outside to other people and doing all comparing. Okay. Voting for somebody does not really suit us because we are trained, because we are known long time ago. Okay. And clearly, if you also look at the issue of the task or any client who has been said, yes, it's so true. It could be true as well. But what are some of those benefits or important things that are supposed to be coming to those families that privilege should be coming from George Weah, that which would be able to know for sure that this is George Weah is a true son of Samuel Doe. Nothing is assumed. Nothing at all, absolutely. Although you don't know me, I'm speaking can't be looking at the person probably. Maybe if you feel like if you and myself are very close or related, and you are not, you don't really have related as you follow class, no.
All right, thank you.
So I just want to say that maybe if you don't have more time for me, you know, for the pause for this time.
Yeah, we had to pick up another callers. That's why. All right. Thank you so much. 088010210207788152424. This person. Good evening. Good evening. You have to just away from the radio. Wow. Please just away. Just away from the radio. Your name, where you call from? Samson Bauer, welcome to the program. Let's hear it.
Yeah, thank you very much. But I still get the task. Yeah, I lately and everybody's so well.
Okay.
Okay. You know that it will be a damn lecture. But yeah, it's very legend. Everybody had to try to ask and vote for the correct person.
Okay.
Yeah, but my older brother here in America, he is currently with a Tiawan Congo. Yeah, you know, to expect the great thing, someone is good. But yes, well, I don't want to complicate our president.
Okay.
You see, yeah, I don't want to complicate our president. George Weah, we pay people to continue with voting. You see, you bring your tenant, you bring the tenant, Tiawan Congo, my gut confusion in the process to vote for 2023.
All right.
Okay? Yeah, for 2023. But some kind of I'm listening to my radio, what you're speaking on, they are listening, actually, very, they will work on with me.
All right.
So, yeah, I'm talking about, I hate this school. Now, never hate this school. I go to Methodist school. I want 4 personnel, but I don't. Yeah, because the people say the people say there, I don't know if it's so that before from the I go to the story, leisure to win for PR. So, Joe Congo, I actually I only get a or a down Congo. Actually, I see. So, I'm ready. But Joe Congo to come on the lecture that you win. It's very difficult.
Okay. Thank you, Samson. Let's pick up another person. Good evening.
Oh.
Good evening.
How you doing?
I'm good. Your name, where you call from?
I'm calling from every community.
Welcome. Let's hear you quickly. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, you're breaking in.
Yeah, I said, you getting me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I said, I listened to the studio there. Those who serious for that, so I listened to them well. But even though, even you talking that people are giving time to touch more. You know, thank you very much for giving Jeru and Madam Nancy Doe. You know, do something with your grandchildren.
In which way?
You are trying to convince her.
Okay.
And Madam Nancy Doe is starting with bringing down because our grandchildren is speaking to. And they are really look away.
Okay. Oh, we lost
He's
him.
breaking. I can understand.
Yeah, he's breaking in.
Let's pick up another person. Good evening.
Yeah.
Nia, where you call from?
Okay, my name is Calvin Weah, and I call from Tiawan.
Welcome. How's Bila feel?
It's okay.
Let's hear you quickly.
Thank you for the show. I'm monitoring Mr. Deru and the lady there. The first thing actually disappointed in Mr. Deru, where the icing was, supermarket and food sweat and I don't know because of the move.
But what
like, again, baby, I'm America, they say, Marapa, no Nigeria. And you do it for Nigeria. Yeah,
but do we have supermarket Nigeria?
No, I found the first thing you look at nobody place. They are the same old people that that's for the country today. They up there, sitting there, they are doing nothing. When election coming, they will come down and say, you're voting for it. I want to ask them the question. For 2017, protest of
Okay, that's
now.
Okay.
Taking Tiawan Gongloe. I want for them to in the other election. So I want to leave the question with them.
Thank you.
I come in our team. We are able to ask the Tiawan man that the development we are doing. When it stops, will you continue from there? Thank you.
Thank you so much. 0880102 77850 2424. This right here. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Not bad. Nia, where you call from? Yeah, welcome. I sound a committee. Okay, that's great. Let's hear you.
Yes, I want to be but what I want to say is in Liberia, for us, for some of us. For me, it's enough for you. The t-shirt that you bring, me, I can't wear it.
Okay.
And I can't vote for them for them.
Okay.
I can't vote for petty catch. Because I know why I get it. And Jerry is in school. And I'm not very on any.
Okay.
I'm watching to the studio yet. I know they are on phone too.
Okay.
When my uncle and I were in prison, when they were to see them, my question to them, because he was a lawyer, I have to know him.
Okay.
So the way he was loyal for them, they now pay him because now he won. Was lawyer, one actor was there.
No, we didn't pay him. No, we didn't pay him.
Okay.
Abraham, I wanted to tell her that we didn't pay her. We didn't pay them.
Yes.
All right, thank you. They're listening to you. They will answer your question. Yeah, keep listening. This question, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Nia, where you call from?
I'm Nelson calling from the city town here.
Welcome. Let's hear you.
What I have to say is just I'm going to show a little bit later. I didn't get it detail. What it has to do with our electoral processing, like right?
Of course.
Okay, but for my part, I could say really, the leeway I alone, really, I don't want 4 traps to actually become president for this country as we stand now.
You say you don't want for who to become president?
4 traps within Nigeria.
Okay. And what are those 4 traps?
First and foremost, operandi.
Okay.
Killed by trap.
Okay.
But 1, I don't want Ogio man to be a president for this nation. 2, I don't want Omano man to be a president for this nation. I don't want Okran man to be a president for this nation, and also a Madingo man.
Why you say so?
Reason being is that from our past, if you get look in this country, all of the crises that we went through here, it was there that the Gio, the Mano, Mandingo, and Crown, their name were on the forefront.
Okay.
And for any reason right now, if Gio have a good motive, become president for this nation, maybe he was there that he is going to logo and he try to put a corrective measure into place. He was a crime who was one and tried to meditate like that crime, and they can't work on the rural area or other part of this country or part of the world with people. You have gone to revenge. If a man become president, also in try to take some corrective measure on the Mandingo or in you or I call it crime again, they'll say, oh, the man will come to pay back or to do X, Y, Z. Okay. Let while the crime man also, if he or she become president now for this nation, they try something better also, and then maybe you may try to push on out of the way. If I come and try to take maybe action against that or give me the give who was working, maybe I've come back to some X-Y. We are going back to the old days. So any other tribe can become president for this nation, and we are citizens of this nation, which we get praise to the Almighty God to just give us the rightful president. So I get the mention of that, get my own input.
Thank you so much. We will pick up the last quarter. Yeah, we're going to pick up the last quarter now, and then we'll get back to Mr. Jerry.
Yep.
This person, good evening. You have to just away from the radio. No, we can continue with you. Let's pick up another person. Good evening.
Thank you.
Yeah, good evening. How you doing?
And okay, and you?
I'm fine.
Welcome. Let's hear you. Your name and where you come from.
Yeah, I'm calling from News Radio.
Mohammed Kamara, News Radio. Let's hear you.
Yeah, first of all, thank you to the changing for another program on tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing I want to say is that this is our people and everyone looking to the people our people there really want to stop on here because they in America, the SFC, especially our people there to have different minds, different thinking. Because the other person is not good, the other person is this, the other person is this.
Okay.
And two down, discussion to us there, they will have different minds with other person of way to other people. So we are making them. If they have someone with a choice to come and run this country, they will develop this country, then they will wait. Then our president has to be over.
Okay.
Because since 2005, up to now, 2011, the common real life is never been fixed. Here doesn't it never been fixed. All the who commented in monologue, nothing at all. So especially years, no one who want to focus on that 2 more running.
Okay.
I just 4 years. That's when they connected.
All right.
You see, they really give our people chance, and then give it back. They can do. I don't know what manner we have to that. I go, focus. Then you focus only for us. They are all good people.
Thank you.
From Ghana to come to here and pray for also, but put up the hand on our country also, so we are will be access to monologue or any other part of Liberia.
Thank you.
So we are keeping them.
Thank you so much.
All right.
We will hold it right.
Cars. I didn't put cars on this one.
Okay. AB, are you there? Okay. There you go. AB is going to reconnect us so we can continue to with the broadcast in Grand Jira. Let me go on. Oh, I'll bring them in.
Please announce yourself.
Okay. So before I go to Madam Kromba, who is my guest, I'd like to say something here for those. There are 3 main questions I'd like to address quickly before I go to Madam Kromba, and then I'll go to our people on the line here, and then Madam Kromba will close it up. All right. The first concern was by the person who said we insulted Grand Jida because I asked Madam Kromba to break down the English she spoke. All right. So the person, as far as the person is concerned, let me make sure. Good. Thank you very much. We are now live. As far as this person is concerned, everybody in Grand Jida can understand big English. That's the mindset of the person who raised the concern. And that's the problem I got with some of our people. I got my auntie living in Zwedru. I got my uncles then living in Zwedru. My auntie does not know what they call expedited accreditation. She does not understand it. I know she lived in Moravia forever, but she does not understand her English. So I'm a fool myself. When the woman speak the English, I know my auntie don't understand it. Then I will sit down there and pass. That's why I said, Madam, you must break down the English. So my old auntie in Israel right now. So when they're listening, they will understand what you mean. You don't know what maternal death is. So when she now my entering the work called maternal death, you can say from now to judgment day, you ready or be bold. She will not know it. So she explained what maternal death means. When the woman is pregnant, she go deliver, something happened, they not give her good medicine, maybe she got sick or maybe mosquito bite her, or she got bad medicine, or she not even get medicine, she died from it. Then when she break it down, then I insult to grandchildren. Well, if that is what you call insult, we'll do it every day. So let me see what will happen to that. But we'll do it every day. We'll break down any English. I bring a guest and they speak it. And I know the English too big. I will ask you what you mean for you to break it down for my people. The second thing was, what are we guys? I don't go to grandchildren, so I don't know what else, how you call it, supermarket is in grandchildren. I stay way in America. Let me tell you, my brother, I came to America 2008. I have gone to Liberia 2 times. Okay, so I never seen supermarket in Zedru before. I don't see it there, but I can't say because I left from there about 3 years now. I left from there last year. I was there last year. Since I left from there last year, I come now. I can't say, well, no supermarket there. Maybe when I left the next day, they put supermarket there. That's why I say I don't think there's supermarket there. So if you think because I say that I don't know what supermarket there, then I don't know my country, then you on your own. The last one was Gongloe, we pay him. $5 we not pay him. So the sister who was talking, your uncle who was in jail, Councilor Gongloe is a lawyer, but he's a different kind of lawyer. In fact, I want Madam Kumba to respond to that. I want Madam Kumba to respond to that right after I speak. Tiawan Gongloe is a lawyer, but he is a different kind of lawyer. The lawyer then who can take money from people before they do your job, that's not the kind of lawyer we're talking about. This man, we asked this man. In fact, I was one of those people who asked him. And I said, Councilor, how much we will pay you? That time I was a chairman for the Concerned Grandchildren's Association in America. I was raising the money for us to be able to free the boys. I was looking for lawyers all over Liberia, all the lawyer friends I know. I called everybody. Nobody wanted to stand for us. And I called Councilor Gongloe. The first thing he said, Gibson, I will do it. So I said, Councilor, say you will do it. How much will pay you? He said, you should not pay me any money. The only thing you all will do, that Liberian court, you all send money on the ground for somebody to have the money. Then we'll need the money anytime we'll be able to get the money. And I can name some 2 or 3 people here who had the money on the ground. I don't want to put them in the spotlight. Whether they spend the money, they don't spend the money, I don't know. But they were the one that the Grandchildren Association sent the money to, and they were managing the money. So no, sister, we didn't pay Councilor Gongloe. He did it free of charge. $5 will not pay him. Yeah. Okay, let me go to Madam Kumba. You want to respond to this to the callers? You are muted. I guess you are muted. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, Gibson, this is why some of the callers, it's very sad. And that's their future.
Yeah, future.
And if they want to think the way they're thinking and think is the right path for them, for me right now, it's very sad.
It's very sad.
Just even listening to how some of them are speaking and not understanding the issue. And that is a result of not just George Weah administration. It is a result from previous governments that have made these children to think the way they think. I mean, I'm not putting nobody down. I'm being very upfront. I was at Kinniger High School. I came from Kinniger. And I learned, I read, I studied. Some of the young people who call today, they don't understand the issue at all.
Nope, they don't.
Remember I said people are looking at quick thing to see and enjoy?
Yeah.
That this is the mindset they are in. But you see, I don't blame them. That's all they know. The other fellow who spoke about the roads, he sees the roads. He has never seen a decent road before. When I was in Liberia 3 years ago, some of the roads that George Weah were fixing, and they have fixed, they were even leaking. So I don't blame them. It would take us to re-educate the minds of those young people, some of the ones who spoke, even to the extent, and I'm not putting them down. We need to take people in these areas to have skilled instructors to teach them
Yes.
They are being left behind. They are being left behind, and for them to talk about supporting someone only because the person they love them or because they think that Tiawan does not have money. You don't have money, you go vote. You have your vote. Your vote is not money.
And you throw it to somebody who will do you nothing.
Yes, you don't, we need to make them understand. If Tiawan goes to a prison where there's ballot boxes, there are human beings there who are so poor. They can use their vote. The vote is what they have to change their lives. Now, one of the callers talk about Gio people. He wants to see Gio man president. So he wants to see Madingo man president. He doesn't want to see. He doesn't understand what democracy is in the first place. I feel sorry for him. I really do feel sorry for him. He needs. I wish I had a time, whatever school he went to, so I can help him.
You brought something out. I just wanted to say this.
Yeah.
In the war we fought in Liberia, it was not as bitter as the war the people fought in Rwanda. In Rwanda, about 800,000 people were killed. Almost 1 million people were killed. One of the people who fought in the war, Paul Kagame, he is president today.
Yeah.
So the Rwandans should say, the people in Rwanda should say, oh, same because Tutsi and Hutus, they fought war. Because the two tribes are in Rwanda. Saying the Tutsi people and the Hutus, they fought war. None of you should be president. So who's going to be president in Rwanda? They fought war
even the United States.
Yeah,
in America.
In America. If they fought war in Ivory Coast, the Mandingo people fought, the Bete people fought, the Baule people fought war. Then somebody can and say, me, I don't want no Mandingo man to be president. I don't want no Bete man to be president. I don't want no Baule man to be president. How can we think like that?
It clearly shows we need to really put all hands on deck to educate the Liberian youth.
We have to.
Seriously.
We will do that. We'll continue to do that.
Yeah.
And you know what I tell them? All that's what I'm saying. I mean, America. All of what I'm saying here, the betterment of Liberia is not, yes, it's for me too, but them on the ground. They are the one on the ground. I can decide today. I say, look, Tyler, you know what? I will just retire in America. I'm not going back to Liberia. I can stay. You can decide you don't want to go back to Liberia. You can stay here. You can do it. If you don't get money, government will give you money. If you owe, you're not able to do anything. They take you to one nursing home. You sit down there. When God ready, God call you. God ready for me. God. But they are the ones that are feeling the pinch of the underdevelopment. They are the one that nobody cares about. But let me go to my line. Let me take their one comment and then you will close it up because we don't have a lot of time. We got like 17 minutes. So I will give, they are 5 here. I will give them like 2 minutes each. Let me go to Kevin Gatter. Kevin, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, Kevin, your final comments.
Thank you so much, Brother Gibson, and thank you to your studio guest. You see, I think we have some situation in Liberia that we need to very, very fight hard to educate the people. You see, somebody talk about they don't want to go on a losing side only because you know that you don't want to be defeated. So whether that person cannot make a good, that person can be a good leader. But only because the crowd behind the person, you go and vote for the person because you don't want to be defeated. But you're not looking at the person who's supposed to be making a better Liberia for you. These are some of the problems I think we really need to stand strong to educate our people. Because that will not help us. Only because we don't want to be defeated, so we can go somebody who get a lowest number. My brother, you can go on the lower side. If you convince somebody, the other person is going to convince another person. Definitely will get a good person to leave Liberia to make Liberia better. Other people talking about George Weah being Samuel Doe. So then, what happened to Madam Doe when the ECOWAS people ruled against the government of Liberia and told them that the government of Liberia to pay the woman X amount of money. Up to present, That widow have not getting a dime from her own son. Which grandchildren people say George Weah are your son. But the widow that Osana Kayendo left, George Weah is the president. The rule against him about I don't know about $4 to $8 million. Up to now he has not get that woman down. Then you say that your son. Well, we agree. So I think the grandchildren people need to really think whether it is true that George Weah are their son and treating the woman like that. Then let me get back to the guy who said that Mano people, Gio people, Maningo people, Crown people should not be president. I don't think somebody has to be president in Liberia. Because LPC was founded in Great Bassa country. So nobody from Bassa has to be president. Then nobody from local should be president. Because local has local defense force. Great to have their own defense force. Another party was formed in Great Crew. People from Sano, they were defending themselves. Land Rebel, that means both countries do have to produce president. Because Land Rebel was based in
bomb mines. In bomb mines.
Also. And the both country people, they were defending themselves. They had that single barrel group. So I don't think nobody has to be president in Liberia, my brother. Because everybody fought. Everybody fought the war. Even in Monrovia, there was a group in Monrovia, in Monterrado, that fought Charles Taylor.
All right, Kevin.
Or something like that.
All right, Kevin. I'm going to bring you.
Right there in Monterrado.
Thank you very much, Kevin.
So
I'm going to.
Anybody have to be president in Liberia. So my brother, not lead our team and try to find the best person who will change Liberia. You don't have to love the person. You don't have to like the person. But somebody who will be there to change the narrative of the whole political system in Liberia. That's why the people are saying, let us be wise, let us do what we can do to get the best person so we can cry tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much
for the listening audience for allowing me to speak to you this evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. That's Kelvin Gate. Let me go to Madonna Yankwe.
Yes, thank you for thank you for having me again. Brother, I'll let us conclude with this. If, trust me, I told you your candidate, he's a good guy.
Yes, and I like that word. Let me tell you something, Yankwe.
I believe he can make a big difference in Liberia. But looking at the people in our country, looking at the impact this war in Liberia on our people in Liberia, if you observe, the majority of the voters are young people. They are young people. Most of them were born during the wartime. Most of them, the majority of them during the wartime. Looking at Liberian people track record, it came a mind, it came a power of vote for you. No session of vote for you. When you consider everything, one thing I'll tell you guys, my brother, if you want to change in Liberia, only United Front can change this guy. Now assume that the election came today. Tiawan Gongloe and George Weah came first and second, and the group was second round. If I George Weah, they may control the resources of Liberia. If I George Weah, I'll call the party chairman for United Party and say, my man, I gave him $1 million, $1 million. I don't want to go and say you put away behind George Weah. He say, you know what? The devil, if better do the devil and know the one he don't know. And he do the same with all those chairmen. And those chairmen there too, they also go and get a member that they can easily change their they can so they easily will small money or better rent.
Okay, brother.
They don't go and now my brother. At the end of the day, all those guys, when they see the crowd, they go behind George Weah.
Okay.
At the end of the day, we will not achieve nothing. So I would really love those guys to have one front. Opposition front, they all should go right. Or you sign it, you come over with some agreement. They one president from the opposition go down really big against George Weah. They all should put their weight behind that country. That's the only thing they can do. Or else, my brother, if the election goes second round, George Weah will win the election.
You know,
Nyakwe, use all finances to win the election. That's not point out.
Nyakwe.
Yeah.
Nyakwe, listen, you said all the things you said, and one thing I gotta say, anything that had to do with Tiawan Gongloe joining any party as president or vice presidential candidate, either way, it is not our decision. It is not his decision. It is the party decision to decide to collaborate with any political party. So all options are on the floor, and we believe that if Tiawan Gongloe is at the top of the ticket, a lot of people are going to be comfortable to vote because he has no animosity with anybody. If Boaka is on top of the ticket, the ANC people will not vote for Boaka because of what Boaka did to Commies. If Commies at the top of the ticket, the Unity Party people will not vote for the Commies because Boaka does not like Commies and what he did against Commies. So the only compromised person that we have who can actually beat George Weah is Tiawan Gongloe. But thank you. I want you to convince one more person that will join us to elect Tiawan Gongloe. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Let me go to Vinton before I go to the lady. Before I go to Grace. Vinton, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. How are you doing?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you fine.
Yeah, is Madam Nancy around?
She's there. She's the guest today. She's listening.
Okay, I want to have my closing statement with a question for her. I'm laying down here on my phone these days, man. I'm retrospecting the war in Liberia. People support for this which I later on said in the days on children. Now we know from the onset some of them are little, but then
you see what Tiawan Gongloe do on the travel land, please. I want you to come back.
They both won by incident brought because after the death of Cuba, that wage and thing for Lima County and things. So now, after all this, with the death of over 250,000 people, does she really consider Prince Johnson as a liberator? And that's A to my question B. Does she really think that it was all worth it? I mean, what her husband went through after he was killed in Lima, people felt marginalized, they felt they killed one of their warriors and the war and this and that. And look how many people died. Does she really think that her husband was a hero? I mean, was it a hero? Was it really worth it? Or was Doe really provoked into what he did to these people? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm not sure if Madam Nancy is here to discuss her husband's activity. So we're going to leave that for another time. We'll bring her another time and we'll talk about whether our husband is a hero or not. But trust me, Madam Nancy and a lot of Granadians have been collaborating. In fact, Samuel Doe told me one time, she the first person that even gave me Madam Nancy's number. The first time I ever was able to talk to her was Samuel Doe's daughter. Call her a playman. So I don't know if all of these questions, people die, people make mistakes, other people did stuff. I don't know if we can call that hero or not hero, or bad person or not bad person, but we're going to reserve that for another time. If you want to do that in closing, fine. But let me go to Grace. Grace, are you there? Let me get your final comment.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you, Mr. Jerry, for having me. It was a good discussion.
Good.
Very, very important. And I will just start with the last guy that just spoke. I was the campaign manager for Samuel Doe senatorial race. The how you call it? The diaspora campaign manager. Yeah. And then I was one of the planners. Foundation, something launching. And when it's just back to put that person everywhere. Yeah. She supported us in every way. Liberians, you're evil. Why you want to be evil to yourself? You don't want to know influence by friendship and turn to mistake.
Oh God.
But it doesn't continue. It doesn't continue. I want you to know it today. It doesn't continue. Unfortunately, the ones that we thought were supposed to be the close ones are the ones we have question marks with today. Like the sitting president and Nancy Doe situation. I'm speechless when it comes to that. as much as I love him, I don't understand. So I would just say that to, talk about that one. So we should try and let bygones be bygones for those of us, the people who are not in it like the people who sell the real direct thing. If they can let it go, we as Liberians, we should use them as an example.
Thank you very much. We don't have a lot of time. I have to invite you.
Let me come back to the Congo. Let me talk about this guy that brought it. I want me to take it.
Okay. 30 seconds. Go ahead, 30 seconds.
Mr. General, like I said, I believe in continuation, okay? 2 terms for a leader. And if we weigh the good and the bad, my last words to Liberians, to weigh the good and the bad of this present administration and see if the bad is more than the good. If there's anything bad that is going on now that was never in Liberia before, to remove this man, or is there any improvement since he got there? We will be honest with ourselves and vote based on those things, and not because of who we know. They're party business. This one, that one. It's destroying us.
Okay. I'm almost out of time. I'm almost out of time in Liberia. I want to say thank you very much.
To get you to have a new
Grace.
start.
Yeah, Grace, thank you.
When you're already in the water, you just fight to come out.
Grace, thank you very much. Grace, thank you very much. I'm almost out of time in Liberia, so they want to turn me off. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you very much. I'll bring you another time. Okay, so let me go to Madam Kumba, even though we have like 3 minutes. So just capsule the whole process. Let me see.
No, I want to say thank you for having me on your program. I want to say thanks to the listening audience. And I also want to say thanks to the callers who call and express their opinion. It's appreciated. I only want to say that, and what Grace just said kind of echoes what I'm saying.
Exactly.
To ask them, the voters, that are they better off? Are they in better
5 years
position?
ago?
5 years, yeah. Is today better off for you while your mom struggling or she was struggling to get? Is everything okay? And also, if the guy is saying, the other fellow who spoke, I think it's Yankwe, he made some very good analysis, and then I think he regressed, he went backward again, and then he began to kind of play the, immorality, insincerity voter pattern. What he needs to tell his friends is that even if somebody gives you 5 million, you have your vote, you know the truth. So you don't believe in no good behavior no more, and you're going to go to church the next day. This is the morality we have to teach our people. Your vote, when they give you the 1 million, that 1 million is not going to come from in a bag and go to the voter booth. That you will go to the voter booth. And you know the truth. You have children. You're teaching your children to be good children. So if you, the parent, is not doing the right thing, you think God is going to listen to your prayers, and you think God will like what you're doing to punish Liberia and the Liberian children for another 6 years? Most children don't even have food to eat or decent nourishment. When the people who in government, George Weah government, all the children in America, all the family going to the best schools. Is this what you want to see happening all the time? Is it fair? That's all we are saying. So one thing they should know, that your vote, they give you $5 million. If even you take the $5 million, think about your conscience, what you're doing. Use your vote and vote for the right future for you and Liberian people. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Kumba. And for those of you in Grand Jeddah, we want to say thank you for always calling. Listen, we will give you the chance to speak your mind, and you will always participate, but we will discuss the issue civilly. We will not discuss the issue in an aggressive or in insulting manner. There are some things we will say. If you don't understand them, we'll explain them. We will respect you. And those of you from Grand Jeddah that participated, thank you. Those of you in America who participated, we want to say thank you. We'll be here again tomorrow by the grace of God, and we'll be discussing another issue, maybe now on Grand Jeddah Radio, but we'll be on our platform. Thank you very much. And this is how I'm going to say bye-bye with this song. took it from them. Sorry guys.
Yeah. Unega above Aevo Chiso. Money finit go. Your money finit go. Your money finit go. Your money finit go. Aevo. Your money finit go.